here with one of my favorites, Tyler Oakley.
Hi, everyone.
Who has a documentary, Snervous, coming out.
I do.
In a couple days.
I don't want to talk about anything. I just want to hang out with you. I feel like I only get to see you when we're doing something like this. Can we hang out sometime?
We need to.
Okay,
we must,
good.
but if you weren't so busy.
I know.
You're like, 2015 has been insane for you.
It has been a year.
Let's first talk about the documentary, because
Sure.
that's the most recent.
Sure-ish. Yeah. Wait, have you seen it?
Not yet.
Okay. Are you coming tomorrow?
Yes.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Prepare me. What do I have to look forward to with this?
Oh, drama.
Duh.
Romance. Anger.
Okay.
Love. Lust.
So many emotions.
Everything.
Yeah.
Fear.
Okay.
They're a little bit scared, a little bit nervous. That's how you should feel.
Snervous.
The movie is all about, well, it first was going to just be like just a tour doc. So it was going to just show the tour. And then when I had the people that were coming around for the documentary, there was so much more that was happening every day, like behind the cameras, behind the stage, and back home in LA, back home in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I really want the cameras to come for all of those things. And even if we don't use anything, even if the tour doc just shows the tour, I'll still be happy. Because like, obviously I want that to have, like, someday I'll be able to look back on it and be like, remember when I wore a onesie on stage, whatever. So when I first saw the first cut, I was like, I have no clue what the movie's going to be about or like. And I was so happy with it because it really shows, I think, what it's like to be me for a year.
Oh.
And if you have no clue who I am, or if you've seen every video, I think there's something you can get from it. Super fans will definitely see a completely different side of me.
Isn't that funny?
Which is scary and crazy, and I'm terrified of, and that's about to happen in like a minute. And then anybody that has never even seen a video, who has no clue what I am or what a YouTuber is or whatever, I think can kind of get a grasp for what's going on in pop culture right now. And that is all about self-made people in entertainment connecting one-on-one with their supporters.
Yeah.
So if you don't really understand what a YouTuber is, I think it's a good representation of what it really means to be an online person.
That's awesome. Was there anything that made it into the documentary that you like didn't really want to, but then
Everything.
Yeah, like what? What's kind of an example?
God, when you have a camera following you for a year, it catches everything.
Were there Tyler tantrums?
I don't think there were any tantrums, but there were definitely like, okay, is that what I'm like?
No way. It's a good way for you to reflect.
Yeah, it's a good way to reflect. But I mean, like, imagine your year.
Yeah.
Have you thrown a fit this year?
I'm sure.
Was it caught on camera?
No.
Do you have to go present it
Nope,
on a
thank
screen
goodness.
now? So when I first saw it, I was like, okay, well, I have notes. There are things I want to cut. But thankfully, the people that are working on it, Amy Rice, the director, we had a pretty long conversation about all the things that I was really uncomfortable with, and she helped me understand why it's important to show those things and to share what makes me uncomfortable, to share what I wouldn't necessarily do on YouTube. And that's the reason you do a documentary, is to show the ups and downs, to show the things that you've never shown before. And so yeah, there are moments, good and bad, that I guess were so personal that I was just like, wow, I'd never imagined I would share that. Whether it's relationships with people or people in my life that have shaped me into who I am, going back home to Michigan and sharing that part of my life, because it really has never been in YouTube videos before. Having real, honest, raw conversations on camera was difficult.
Wow.
And it's something that we did. So hopefully people like it. We'll see.
What's the most vulnerable part, would you say?
There was a moment at VidCon, actually, and it was after something that I didn't like happened, and it was just like you can literally watch me as my wheels are turning, and I'm trying to navigate and figure out boundaries and work-life balance and not feeling crazy after meeting thousands of people, because it's not a thing normal people. Anybody, I don't think the human body is made for that. And so just trying to navigate what it's like to do what I do, or what anybody does that's in the space, because it's so new and a lot of people don't really, we're just still trying to figure it out. So you see firsthand that moment when I'm figuring it out.
I love your relationship with your mom.
Oh my God, and she's in it.
I know.
She plays a big part.
On like a day when you are feeling overwhelmed and stressed and dealing with this world of fame, like what does your mom say to you that like calms you down, that makes you kind of like come back down to Michigan
I mean,
Tyler.
my mom is the best at talking about anything but what I do. I'll call her up. I called her after The Amazing Race, and I expected a million questions. No, she went right into everything that's going on in her life. She's like, well, let me tell you what's new. And I'm like, okay, good. This is what I need.
Yeah.
This is what I want. Like, just to be able to have zero expectations that are in my everyday life when I call her, and just talk to my favorite person. And she's huge in the movie. She is the reason it's called Snervous. You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got some great moments. And she's obviously one of my favorite humans, but I think you really get to see why when we go home, when her and I, you'll see.
Okay.
You'll see.
Why was it important for you in this time in your life to have this documentary come out? Why is it so important for you?
I mean, that was always the question. I was like, is this important to do? Is it like when I first thought about it and when I was in the middle of it, I was like, is this worth putting out there? Because I don't want to put anything out that is not important or will not say something or do something. And I was really happy that when I saw it, I felt like, okay, this is something that doesn't exist. This is something that I think a YouTube viewer can get something from and hasn't seen before. It was important for me because, especially this year, the book was all about sharing untold stories. I think the movie's all about introducing parts of me from my past and from my present that I've never shown visually before. So a lot of the people that I might talk about in the book are introduced there, but you really get to meet them in the movie.
Cool.
So it works really well as a companion piece. Like, I think anybody that enjoyed the book will really like the movie.
Cool. And what was your favorite part about filming this documentary? Well, maybe a moment or a story. Or I know you and Corey have so much fun together.
I think my favorite part is capturing my friendship with Corey. Because at first we thought it was just going to be like a movie that's going to show the tour.
Yeah.
And what it really turned into was an adventure movie of me and Corey just like taking the world by storm and like doing a tour. And we've never toured before. Let's figure it out. And yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite people. He's my best friend. We went on the race together. We have a podcast together. Like, we spend every day together. So being able to show him to people that might not know him, I'm like, this is my best friend.
Yay.
Love him, because I do. That's what it feels like.
Well, you've had such a huge 2015.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most in 2016?
A nap.
I was going to ask you that.
100%.
You get to go home for the holidays and relax.
I think I'm going home.
Okay.
I haven't told my mom yet. So, Mom, if you're watching, she's like, when are you flying home? I haven't even booked a flight. I want to go home. It's so important to me. And when I got back from the race, the best thing in the world...
Which we're going to talk about in a second.
We'll talk about. The best thing in the world was seeing, like, Christmas trees up. And I was like, okay, I need a break. I just need to feel this, like, festivity. To put my best self out there, I also need to take care of myself and go live my best life.
Yeah.
So whether or not that means vacation or exploring the world in new ways so that I have something to bring back to making videos about or making chapters about in a book or whatever, it's important. So 2016 is going to be about living my best life, bringing it back to book, videos, podcasts, whatever. I
feel like, obviously, following you on social media, you're everywhere all the time, but then I see you and I'm like, oh, he's got to be tired now.
I'm so tired.
But you know, it does not come off that way. But do you get burnt out? Are you someone that has found yourself getting burnt out at all this year?
I do get a little bit of burnout. When it's tour especially, it's like, it's very go, 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 and there's no minutes. Everything is scheduled out. When it's kind of like that, that's scary for me because I want to have, like, when I meet somebody, I want it to be their best possible experience that it could be. And if I am giving myself 24 hours a day, I don't want that to drain what I can give to the last person, what I can give to the first person. You know what I mean? Like, the very first person at book tour should get the same experience as the very last person at book tour. And that spans 3 weeks. So, like, to maintain that is a little bit intimidating.
Yeah.
But I try my darndest. And I hope that anybody that I've met so far, they had a good experience.
I think you've done great, Tyler.
Thank you.
Let's talk about The Amazing Race real quick. How was that? You just got back.
I literally just got back days ago. I'm a little bit crazy and bewildered right now. It was insane. It was the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life. You can watch it, CBS, this spring.
Good one.
I went places that I never even dreamed I would visit. I met people that will change my life forever. I did things that I didn't think I could possibly ever do. I am battered and bruised and cut up every inch of my body. But I had a lot of fun. And Corey and I had the time of our lives. It was a dream for us to do it. And we the whole time we were pinching ourselves because we were like, remember that time we were on The Amazing Race? It's right now.
No, that's happened.
That was every day.
That's crazy. Did it touch on anything like a certain fear of yours? Did you have to conquer?
You will see. I can't talk. You will see. There were definitely things that I was terrified to do. You will see tears.
Okay.
You will see screaming. You will see
them winning.
Drama. I can't confirm or deny anything.
I know.
But we had fun. You'll see.
Can you say the best place that you went? Or
I can't say.
Okay, wow, you can't say anything.
I will say when we came back to America, I was like, home. Like, that's how it felt. Like, I was like, I'm so happy to be near my apartment.
Yeah.
I can go home and, like, not wear a microphone pack and not be within 20 feet of Corey and, like, just being able to, like, yesterday I drove around and I was like, I can go anywhere I want. I can do anything.
Yeah.
And there's nobody telling me I have to do this or, like, do this challenge quicker than anybody or else you'll get eliminated. It's like, I can do whatever I want. That was the best.
What did you learn about yourself through the whole experience, would you say?
I definitely learned a lot. And it was like a whirlwind 3 weeks of, like, introspection. I learned about my priorities with no phone, no computer, no connection to my life. It was like I really got to realize what is important to think about and what is important to dedicate my stress levels to. And when I came back, it was like, it felt like years ago when I would stress about these certain little things. And now that I was back a month later, just a month, it was like, why did I even care? Who cares? Like, it literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I was really happy that I did it for that sake alone, being able to disconnect and take a step back and look at my life and be like, this is what's important. This is not. Go from there. Like, that felt good.
That's awesome. Well, we're so excited for The Amazing
Thank
Race
you.
for Snervous, which comes out in a couple days. Everyone needs to go see it, right?
I hope you like it. If you want, you can go to Snervous.com, find out ways to watch it. It's in theaters. There are some appearances that I'm doing, so I hope you get tickets to that. And then also, you can watch it online. So there's a whole bunch of ways you can watch it online. iTunes, Vimeo, figure it out, go online. You'll find ways. Snervous.com.
You got this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're the best. Yes, of course. Okay, now we'll talk about everything with the cameras off.
Okay.